UFC is back this weekend with a fight night. We've had two number cards back to back. We've got UFC Fight Night, Bautista v Oliveira. Mario Bautista, ranked number 9 at bantamweight, versus Vinicius Oliveira, ranked number 11. Really fun matchup. Vinicius being the new guy, Mario being obviously not the vet, but he's kind of the more experienced guy out of the two. Well, inside the UFC, I'll say anyway. You'll see when I speak about the stuff, but we're going to get straight into it. So we've got Mario Bautista on the left, Vinicius Oliveira on the right. We're going to talk about Mario Bautista first. So Mario Bautista, ranked number 9. Record 16-3 with 3 KOs, 6 submissions, and 5 first-round finishes. Fairly decent. Not an amazing finisher, but fairly decent, you know. Good wins. He's got Patchy Mix by decision, Jose Aldo by decision, what was also a bit of it was a split decision, bit of an awkward fight. Kind of Mario Bautista did what he had to do, but he did hold Aldo up against the cage for, I don't know, something like 10 minutes or 13 minutes of the fight. It was ridiculous. I think that's where all the haters come from. There's a lot of hate on Mario Bautista. I'm not a hater of him. I feel like he's definitely one of the better guys in the division. I really do think so. I think he is very skilled. He mixes everything up very well. Like I said, he will do what he has to do to get to that title shot. And he's also beat Ricky Simone by unanimous decision. So he's got some obviously good wins there. His losses, he's only had 2 losses inside the UFC. His first fight inside the UFC was to Corey Sanhagen. That was a first round submission. And obviously last time out to Umar Nurmagomedov by unanimous decision. So he's only lost to legit 2 of the top 5 guys inside the UFC. They're not, like I always emphasise on this a lot, they're not bad losses. You're losing to the best of the best. You're also beating some good guys. So you're not a bum. You're not this. Like Mario Bautista deserves the position he's got. He definitely, in my opinion, I think he should be ranked higher. I think he beats people like Chito Vera, Davison Figueiredo, maybe even Song Yadong. I feel like he does beat some of these guys. I mean, the Umar loss weren't awful. I mean, he dropped Umar with a nasty knee, nearly getting the finish. Umar just obviously being just that good and a bit better, just outpointed him. But yeah, Mario Bautista's definitely underrated in this division. Some of the notes I've got, first one, underrated in the division, gets too much hate. He's well-rounded all over. One of the keys to win, take it to the later rounds. I don't think Vinicius has got that experience, especially inside the UFC against a top level guy. Take it to decision. I know people are like, "Oh, Mario Bautista, the decision guy," but screw it. Use it for your advantage. The best odd is obviously for a decision. That is probably. I don't see him knocking out Vinicius. I don't see him submitting Vinicius. He's 32, obviously from America. But yeah, I think for Mario Bautista, the best way to win is probably decision. I'll be very shocked if he gets a finish. He's not a massive finisher. I mean, 9 finishes in his whole career. I mean, he does have 16 wins, so the percentage is he has more finishes than obviously decisions, but inside the UFC, it's been more decisions than finishes. So yeah, but I think Mario Bautista definitely can win this. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I would kind of like to say I think Mario has the more edge in this, only because of experience inside the UFC, but who knows. But let's go on to Vinicius Oliveira, ranked number 11. Record 23-3. That's a really good record. When I was saying, obviously, Mario being the more experienced fighter, inside the UFC, yes, Mario Bautista is the more experienced fighter. But in a whole of MMA as a whole, you've got to give it to Vinicius with 26 fights and Mario only having 19. This is where it gets really interesting. Vinicius Oliveira has 16 wins by KO. That's super impressive. 16 KOs as a bantamweight. You don't get many bantamweights doing that. 2 submissions and 14 first-round finishes. So this guy's a finisher. He is. Like, Mario's not. This guy's is a finisher. 18 finishes on his record as a whole. I think maybe there could be a finish in this if it's from Vinicius, but yeah. His good wins. He's got, for someone who hasn't been in the UFC for long, he's got some really good wins. So he's got Carl Phillips by unanimous decision, Saeed Nurmagomedov, unanimous decision, and Ricky Simone. For someone who hasn't been in the UFC for that long, you're beating the best guys outside of the top 15, like a Carl Phillips, a Saeed, a Ricky Simone. These guys who are just on the cusp of being in the top 15. So he's beating all the right guys. Some of the notes I've put, obviously he's undefeated inside the UFC. Amazing power for a bantamweight. It's kind of scary. He's a finisher. He doesn't give up. He's an absolute dog. I mean, the Saeed fight was really fun to watch. I'm pretty sure he injured someone in the Saeed fight as well, and he kept on fighting. I want to say it was a rib or a leg. I can't remember specifically, but if you type it up, it will tell you. Best odd to win, I would say, is KO. For Vinicius Oliveira. Mario Bautista, he's only been finished once inside the UFC with a submission, so I think it might be hard for someone to knock him out. But at the same time, his UFC, his good wins inside the UFC, Jose Aldo kind of past his prime. Patchy Mix, he's not a UFC level fighter. Ricky Simone, these guys who don't have crazy one-punch power. And even Umar and Corey, they don't have the touch of death, if you want to say. So I think it's going to be interesting when he gets put up against Vinicius, because I think Vinicius really has got that power. He's 30, from Brazil. So both of these guys are in their prime, quite young. Decent enough records. Who do I think is going to win? I personally think that Mario Bautista will probably get a decision. But I really want Vinicius to win. I think Vinicius is definitely a guy we want to be seeing him in the title picture, in the top 5, the top of the division, because how fun he is to watch. One of his best knockouts inside the UFC, I forgot who it was against, but it was a flying knee, and he absolutely starched a guy. Some like nobody, but yeah. So I'm going to say Mario Bautista on a decision, but I'm not going to be surprised if I'm wrong. I'm really not. I don't think the odds here are 50-50. It's rather Mario by decision or Vinicius by KO. I mean, Vinicius in the Saeed fight, yes, he got injured halfway through the fight, but his cardio did show a little bit. So, and I think this being a main event, I think Bautista will definitely take advantage of that and go on to the later rounds, round 4 and 5, the championship rounds, and, take advantage of it for someone who hasn't been massively into the later rounds before. But yeah, that's my prediction, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this fight night. Are you excited for the main event? Are you not? We've had 2 bangers of pay-per-view, numbered cards back-to-back. Are you even interested? I'm interested. I'm really interested. For hardcore fans, you will be interested in this fight. Both guys solid, at the top of the game, at bantamweight. It's a good fight to, start getting into the norm, back into the UFC, the schedule, what they normally do. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Drop a subscribe, a like, and all that business, guys. Enjoy Saturday.